righty. You made it to the end. We've all made it to the end. And it's
Not
time
me.
to turn our backs on 2024, look forward to 2025, and talk about, and we just want to put a nice bookend on the year. So that's what these categories are for. So we're going to start off with our most anticipated games for 2025. This always rules because I can look back and like figure out how wrong I was
Yeah,
or
like
how funny it
Starfield.
is that I fucking put Silk Song on it for like 3 times and now I know better.
This time for sure.
This
Time
year,
for sure.
2025 is the year.
So
They're
my
gonna
number
win the Metroidvania lottery.
You're gonna win the Metroidvania lottery. So my number three is the follow-up to a game I thought was pretty fucking fun that came out a few years ago, but it is Monster Hunter Wilds. Um, got to see a lot of it at PAX, was like in front row for like the big panel they did. I really think that game looks like a lot of fun, and I really liked Worlds a whole lot, so I think I'm going to like Monster Hunter Wilds. Quite excited. Ryan, what is your number three?
I think that over, the past however many hours we've been doing this, it has been clearly established that I'm an idiot with bad taste. So Borderlands 4, I'm actually kind of looking forward to.
He fell for it again.
So that's
You know
why
what's
Ryan
gonna
said we could do
happen.
3, 2, 1 and then make fun of that person. Because he knew he was gonna get some shit for that.
It's okay. I know. I
Yeah,
will
it's
too.
I'll play it.
I don't
That's
know. I'll
fine.
play
Play it.
any of the Borderlands. I was stupid enough to play Wonderlands. I was stupid enough to play the pre-sequel. 3 was fun, even though it had terrible writing. So I'm hoping, maybe if we can get the writing even 2% better.
See, all
And
you gotta
keep
do
the
is
gameplay the
mute the
same.
dialogue volume.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
shouldn't
and
have
then
to
it's a good
fucking do
game.
that.
No, you shouldn't have to, but you can, and then it's a good game.
It's
God, I
then
hope
it's
they
still
bring the
just worse
memes
Destiny,
back.
but like if you want to play a looter shooter, there's a really good one on the market right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
Destiny wants to be
Borderlands
Borderlands
4.
so bad.
Lily, what you
Stinky
got?
pig.
The Ryans yearn for Borderlands.
My number 3 is Fatal Fury: City of Wolves.
Yeah,
I
Bust
really
a
like
Wolf.
Mark of the Wolves. Bijane is a babe. She's my girl.
Have you heard her theme?
No, not
It's
yet.
Donkey Kong country ass music. It's so good.
Fuck yeah.
They
But
just
yeah,
released it the other day.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think you said it comes out what, May?
April,
May, something like that.
because Combo
Um,
Breaker's in May.
but yeah, really looking forward to the new Fatal Fury, which is a series I have never put any stock into before this year when I fell in love with her
She's
in
great.
Mark of the Wolves.
Jason, hit me with something you're excited about.
Hello. My number three most anticipated is Split Fiction.
Oh yeah.
I loved It Takes Two, and I'll happily play more stuff from
Okay.
those people. Really fun playing through It Takes Two with my wife back during lockdown, and we played a bit of Portal 2 back before our kid was born. Haven't gotten back to it, but so just any solid co-op game, I'm gonna give it a shot because it's fun to have something to play together. And It Takes Two was just an amazing game. Writing, but I'm in it for the gameplay.
I'm in it for
Now
the
Split
elephant
Don't
murder.
talk about Hakeem that
Split
way.
You and Juice should play Chain together.
Split Fiction isn't a game where you're little in a world of big stuff, so that I do
Hey,
have that
you
against
That
never
is
it.
a
know.
point against it.
There might be
But
some time
There
stuff,
might be
though.
one
There might be
level.
some
be.
potions.
If there's slowing down time, then I can fuck with it. But
Or
yeah,
you could slow down
that's my
time
number
while
three.
you were little.
Ryan,
Maybe
we're
there's
gonna
a
play
map
the
you can
anything
look
about
at
it.
without pausing the game.
we're gonna play the shit out
Ugh.
of that, Ryan, when it
If
comes
only
out.
there's a mini map.
If only.
Hunter, what's your number three?
My number three is Rune Factory Guardians of
I
Ozma.
thought we were gonna get through an entire game of the year without any fucking Rune Factory. I
Nope.
really fucking did.
Every
Bitch, you-
year,
They release
baby.
one a year.
Almost.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know the title of this one until like 2 days ago when I was finishing this list. I just was referring to it as the Japanese style Rune Factory because
That's
that's
the
what it
name.
is.
The
But
Japanese.
I don't know. I hope it's everything they've shown still looks good. I hope they learned a lesson from 5. Whether they did, I guess I'll find out.
How are they only on 5? Rune Factory 4 came out when we worked at GameStop.
They kept re-releasing
Well,
them and shit.
and and you've talked about
there's-
Rune Factory every year.
There's
It's
technically
It's
this will be
always
like
his
the
favorite game that didn't come out this year.
No, sometimes
This
they're
would
most
technically be
disappointing.
the 17th Rune Factory.
No, this will be like the 8th one. It's just there were two that was like one was called Frontiers, one was Tides of Destiny.
Destiny?
The
Not that
Stinky
one.
Poo.
Oh.
Yeah, distinky.
Settle down, Dash.
Distinky?
Danny, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Oh,
So
Danny,
I
that
can-
game looks so bad.
Danny, owner of Princess Peach Showtime.
Danny, as someone who loves the first one, come on.
I just want to live out my trashy Twilight fanfics in a video game, and that's the closest I'm gonna get.
Have you played the first one? The first one's really good.
No.
I want it updated.
Want to look good. I'll bring around to number 2. So
do
there
that.
is a very factual thing. It is called the civilization cycle. It is where they release a civilization game. Everyone collectively agrees it is worse than the whatever the last one was. They release one expansion that makes the game worse, and then they release a second expansion that makes the game like really, really good. I'm really excited for Civilization 7 because I'm a fucking moron and I just really want to play Civ 7. But
Hey, you got a good Sonic this year. You might get a good Civ.
I know what I'm getting into. I really want to fucking play that. I've already got it pre-ordered because I'm a fucking moron.
Well, you just said there is a Civ cycle. They never made 6 good.
6 is fine. Like it's not as good as 5, but like 6 is fine and fun. Like it is fine. Civilization 6 is a good game.
Or
I like
shit
5 more.
Civilization
Civ 6 is
6.
fine. Yeah, I'm a sucker. Give me that Civ 7. I think the ideas they're putting forward are really, really cool. Ryan, what is your number 2?
Yeah, so during lockdown, I played It Takes Two with my male wife, Dash. So I'm really excited for a split fiction to just do that again.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
That was a good video gaming time.
Spring Pig.
Yeah, Dr. Hakim.
Lily, what you got for a number 2?
My number 2, I think, is kind of funny because
I find
on
it
this
kinda sad.
preloaded
Dreams
That thing's
spreadsheet,
gone.
died on the
it is
first of
in the
them.
stuff to try to play for 2024. But it's still not out yet. So a few more years and it will be my Silk Song, and that's Skate Story.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'll probably be out
I'm
this
really
year.
looking forward to it. It looks like a third person over the shoulder Ollie Ollie world kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super looking forward to it. It's still not fucking out.
Devolver, pun intended, has been ramping up the posts on Instagram about it, so it might
Yeah,
be
of
next
course they
year.
have.
It was
So
originally
it's supposed to be
Q4
this year.
24.
Yeah.
So like it's probably closer than it is.
Well,
I
we'll
hope
get it
so.
before
But like
Skate 4.
the Steam page doesn't even say Q1. It just says 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like who knows? But I am very excited for Skate Story. I think it's gonna be fun once it
It
comes
looks
out.
cool.
Yeah.
And
I've got it
if
on
they
my-
put it
on
out
my
in
list.
early access, I'm probably gonna pay for it and play it. But
Yeah.
it's Devolver, so they won't.
Jason, what you got?
My number 2 is a sequel to a previous Game of the Year pick of mine,
Deep 2.
Steeper.
Deep 2, Ghost of Yote.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I fucking loved Ghost of Tsushima. Put 40 hours into it in 1 week, and have never touched it since then. It's in my top 5 games I've played in the last 5 years. It's one of my favorite games ever. Like could be in my top 10. Just can't wait for more of it, and I'm really glad that it appears to just be like an all new story, new character, new setting, just same kind of gameplay, but everything else is fresh. I think a true sequel would have been kind of a whiff.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything more
Like
with
I
that
wouldn't
story.
mind reference the first one, reference some characters from the first one, but I'm happy for it to be just like a fresh thing and just all new stuff. And the trailer looked cool.
The woke mind virus got Jason.
That's true. Jason's gonna become the woker.
Oh no, he's in the
Ghost of
liberal
Woke
death
Day.
spiral.
No. Hunter, tell me what woke mind virus is making you excited for.
Mine which will kind of date when we're recording this a little bit, but my number two comes out here in like a little under 2 weeks, and it's Ender
4 weeks away,
Magnolia.
you say?
Oh man, I'm excited for that also. Yeah.
Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist,
I want to play that.
because it's a sequel to Ender Lilies.
Steel
I-
Magnolias.
They did like early access for a little bit, and I played it, got about 2.5 hours of it, loved what I played, really liked the differences in it. And then just like last month or so, they're like, hey, it's coming out January 23rd. Okay.
I want to play that. I will play that. That might be my
Yeah.
first new game this year. Danny, hit me with a
Yeah.
number two.
My number two, same as Jason's, Ghost of Yotei. I actually never played Ghost of Tsushima. I did
Oh,
buy it when it was on sale. Heard great things about it. I would really love to get Ghost of Yotei and then just play through both of them back to back.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Yotei's great. Or no, Tsushima's amazing.
so
I
Like,
still need
good.
to play
especially
that
on the
one.
PS5. Like
It's
it's
a
beautiful.
just beautiful game. Really good
Alright.
gameplay unless you're Hunter.
It looked visually, it was an amazing game, but gameplay wise, it was all right. I think it's
Yeah.
funny that people like Ubisoft just did not give people a Japanese Assassin's Creed, so Sucker Punch made it instead.
And now they're doing it.
And yeah, now they're finally doing it.
And I would love for it to be better. I really don't fucking see that happening. And I'm the Assassin's Creed mark. But that'll bring us back around to number one. To slightly
Assassin's Creed
retread
Shadows.
to retread some ground that has already been said. The sequel to my favorite fighting game ever made is coming out this year. It is Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves. One thing in particular that I'm very excited for about it is it comes out late April, and I am already entered in to play it at Combo Breaker in May. So it'll be the first major tournament that happens after the release of the game, and I'm really, really excited to get in there and do it. I Garou Mark of the Wolves is my favorite fighting game. I am over these kind of like bit of time playing with like-minded individual fighting games. I've discovered I really like SNK games.
They're
I'm
good games.
I am
Mm.
profoundly excited for this. If I could play any fucking game like right now, it's that. But Ryan, what is your number one?
Yeah. I mean, I talked about one of its or a couple of its earlier games throughout this. I'm a simple man. I like Doom, and I would.
Oh
I
yeah, there's
really
a new
wanna-
Doom coming out.
There is Doom.
Doom
Yeah, the
1
remaster
plus
of
2.
Doom 1 and 2. No, Doom the Dark Ages looks super cool. And I would like to play that.
For Cape. Lily, what is your number one?
My number one is the sequel to the game that I have the most hours in on Steam by about 40 hours.
Team Fortress 3?
And
I
that
also
is
thought Team Fortress 3.
Streets of Rogue 2.
Oh yeah. I
Streets
should
of
play
Rogue
that.
is a top-down roguelike that I fell in love with back in 2019 when it came out. I'm pretty sure it made multiple categories in 2019 for me. But it's very cool. I've played the first game absolutely to death. I still boot it up about once or twice a month just to do a run and have a good time and dick around. So I'm pretty excited for the second one to see how they expand on what they have already done and just to see where they go with it.
I should play that first one. You've recommended it to me for years.
Yeah, about 5, give or take.
Yeah, we all played Dash's recommendations last year, so
Fuck you.
so
I
you're playing
fucking
this
I,
year.
I'm
I'm
installing
starting to
Zenless
lose
Zone Zero. I played
recommendations,
under
like web
fucking
fishing.
Magnol or under Lilies. I reach back across the aisle. Don't you fucking start on me.
Dash reaches around every
Do you have
chance
any
he
idea
gets,
how
okay?
difficult it is for you all to recommend a game to me that I have not already played? Like how
Web
little that fucking
fishing.
happens. Jason, what do you
We'll
got as your
see.
number one?
So my number one is another installment in a series where one of the games has been my game of the year. and
College
it's Doom
football
Dark Ages.
25.
Still
I'd
sad I
like to
never
play Doom
beat.
Dark Ages.
Still sad I never finished Doom Eternal when it came out. It just levels were too long based on the time. Like I just didn't have the free time at that time, and I just never got around to going back to it. But still extremely hyped for the new one.
There's a gameplay preview for it coming up in a couple weeks. Maybe
Noise.
or it might be on the
Sick.
17th. I
Like
don't know.
I
It's
know
coming
it,
up soon.
it will inevitably feel really good to blast demons with really cool shotguns and stuff.
January
Yeah,
23rd.
and throw a Captain America shield at him.
Feels good
Yeah.
to be Doom guy.
January 23rd.
Don't it feel
Hunter,
good to drive a bus?
what do you got at number 1?
I don't know if this is strictly a 2025 game, but I also put Silksong on some of these lists before, and look
Because we're
how that
stupid.
turned out. So I put Okami 3 because obviously it's going to be
There's
Okami
no
3.
Yeah.
fucking way.
Oh yeah.
That game, yeah, that game will be cool probably.
Yeah, there's almost no chance of it coming out 2025, but obviously I'm gonna be looking for it. I've loved Okami since I played on the fucking PS2. That shit was amazing.
I have Okami stuff for Jazz.
We'll get there.
I can't wait for Okami 3 to come out with Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Okami 3, The Hunt for God Hand 2. Danny, what is your last game that we can get excited for in 2025?
So when I filled out my list, I kind of forgot that they had announced Okami 3. I'm not going to change my list right now. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Fuck yes.
That's my one runner-up for the category.
Surprised it's not Dashes, honestly.
I
I mean this genuinely. I have disliked every Yakuza game that doesn't have Kiryu as a playable character.
I love every Yakuza game that I've played.
All one of them.
I've played 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I fell off at the beginning of I played 0, 1, and 2. I fell off at the beginning of 3 because I moved right as I was getting into it and then didn't play video games for like 2 months. And yeah, so I have been wanting to get back into the Yakuza series for a while now, and I would love to play a silly side story of where you're pirates in Hawaii. That sounds awesome.
It looks like it plays like Kingdom Hearts. I'm so excited.
Kingdom
It
Hearts,
looks
but you're a
great.
pirate ship.
They do that. That's one of the worlds. You know that.
Huh?
All right, so that's going to bring us to an end for most anticipated. So now let's talk about some of the games we actually didn't get around to playing this year. Because shockingly, even though I played something like 84 games, there are still games I did not play that I really would have liked to. And my number one thing for that, mostly because I didn't buy it until like the very end of the year when it went on sale, but it is Slitterhead. This is a game from the Silent Hill guy and the Gravity Rush guy. And I don't know, I'd like to fuck with that. That sounds neat. But I also didn't hear anybody talk about it after it came out, which could be good or it could be bad.
I forget
Is
that
this-
game exists constantly. Like you told me about it, and then I was like, I should like file that away.
Yeah.
And then I might have filed it a little too deep because I forgot about it until you just mentioned it again.
You said it was your number 1 for this category. Are we only doing top 1?
Oh no,
Or-
sorry. That's because I'm stupid. We've been doing this for a while. No, it's my number 3.
It's the
Okay.
first one.
When I said number 1, I meant like my first one. So yes,
Yeah.
no,
Gotcha.
that is no. Ryan,
Yeah.
what you got?
I think it's probably going to be Animal Well. Like I think everything I've seen and I've heard, it's been one of those ones that's like I should at least like I feel like I'll like it, but I should at least have an opinion on it. Like that's one of those games that when it came out, I like called the shot early. I'm like, that's gonna do really well at the Jeffies, and then a bunch of stuff kind of like came out and obscured it a little bit. And it seems like it kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. So I forgot about it, but I did want to check it out.
I think you'll like it. I hope you like it. I think you'll appreciate it. What I love about it. And it, yeah, I look forward to hearing when you do get around to playing it. If you do get around to playing it, yeah, I want to hear your opinions on it.
I'll let you know.
It seems up your alley to me.
Yeah, it seems up my alley for sure.
Lily, What's something you wish you'd played?
My number 3 is Helldivers 2. It seemed like a lot of fun. It seemed like the kind of goofy, silly shooter that I would like to play. But by the time we were all in the Steam pool and I had access to a copy, it was not something that was being regularly booted up. And it's not the kind of thing I would want to jump into solo and play
You
with
should super
randoms.
not play that game alone.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I think I had it installed at one point, but I have not ever booted it up. Um, and I'm a little upset that I kind of missed the boat on that, but at the same time, I missed the boat and it's not coming back around, so like I'll just keep playing other shit, which is why it's number 3 instead of number 1.
Jason, what's something you wish you'd gotten around to?
Um, I played almost everything I actually wanted to get to this year. So two of my three aren't even really missed connections, but my three is like Pepper Grinder, I guess. I don't really super know what it is. I have it.
I think you could fuck with it.
I think
So
it's a platformer.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I've got it in my Steam library. Can't remember if I bought it or if Dash bought it.
No, I didn't buy I didn't get an extra copy of that. No. You bought that one.
It might have been like marked down to like a really
Yeah.
cheap amount or
Mhm.
something, and I just grabbed it just in case. But
This
so
It's a
one's
2D platformer with strong 2017 energy.
Yes.
yeah, like I'll probably try and get to it eventually, and yeah, so
Hunter, what has strong 2017 energy for you?
I mean, it might actually. I don't know. Because I haven't played it. I put Anton Blast.
What is Anton?
You're coming to jazz session, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about
We'll
Anton.
talk about it.
Okay.
It'll come
'cause
up.
I wanted to play it because it looks kind of like a Wario Land, kind of like
It is like a Wario Land. It is like a pizza tower.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
Wario Land meets Crash Bandicoot.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
wanted to play it.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you.
Danny,
Yeah, that's my three.
what do you wish you had played?
Honestly, until this podcast conversation, I the hipster in me was really strong, but y'all have sold me on indie. I feel like it is something that I should play through uh at some point.
It's really good. It's coming to
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I
Um,
think it's supposed to be like April or something. It'll hit PS5.
I'll
Yeah.
probably wait until I can get it on sale, but yeah, I'll play Indiana at some point.
I'm not sure I ever actually like said this during our discussion. Like, even though that's a Game Pass game, I would pay like full price for it. It just
Yeah.
there's no
Mhm.
reason to. But
Mm.
I do think it's like worth the money. It's a very good time. But yeah, wait
If
for
I
it.
had any friends that had a Series X that also didn't have Game Pass, it would be nice to lend it out. But I don't. That Venn
I'll get
diagram
it.
is
Yeah.
Very small.
I would get like a physical copy if it goes on sale or something. Maybe for PlayStation, just because then I have it an extra spot.
Yeah, I could get it for PlayStation and lend it out to all my friends who have PlayStation.
So that's gonna bring it back around to me. I legitimately almost bought this and like played it, but it did that thing where I could have gotten this for 20% off prior to release, and then I haven't been able to get it that cheap again since. So I haven't bought it because in my mind it's like that's not a good price for it. But I legitimately almost played another long ass JRPG this year in the form of Fantasian Neo Dimension. And this is technically also a port. This was that JRPG that came out on Apple Arcade that had like all the physical dioramas for the backgrounds and shit. And now they have freed it from Apple Arcade and like done like an enhanced version of it for consoles and PC and shit.
Oh yeah, this is that one that showed up during like a Nintendo Direct or something.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks like a near.
Yeah, I almost played another long ass JRPG, and what actually happened was instead of playing that, I played Persona 4 again. So that's where we're at. Ryan, what you got for me?
Number two, I saw this at the Day of the Devs event I went to, and the line for it was really long, so I didn't get to play it there. But I'm like, I need to remember to play this game. I've had it downloaded on Steam ever since it joined the Steam library, and just haven't had a chance to play it. But that's thank goodness you're here.
Hmm.
It looks good. I want to play that
Yeah.
thing,
A lot
and
of fun.
I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
Knock it out one
Like you
sitting.
could easily finish it in an afternoon.
Amara would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cute, very fun.
Lily, what's your number
Yeah.
two?
My number two, it was kind of a toss up. I wanted to put UFO 50 because I only played a handful of the games, but I think I have to go with mouthwashing because I've only heard good things about it. I've had it installed for a
You had to talk to
while,
me.
but I have not booted it up. I haven't played a second of it. And I'm sure I would like it. So
Yeah,
I'll
it's
play it at
also
some
not very
point.
long, so yeah, you can knock it out.
Right. Like I'm sure I might
I
just
wanna
play
say
it
it's like an
tonight.
hour
I
and a
have it
half.
installed, but
Yeah, it's like 2 hours at most. Maybe
it's
2.5.
just it's not anything that I touched this year.
Here, you play
So
that. Ryan plays Thank Goodness You're Here, and then you like compare notes at the end.
yeah.
Jason, what's something you wish
I
you would hit?
play both.
Yeah, so my number two is another one where like I was never really probably gonna play it, but it seemed cool. And mine's UFO 50. It's just too much for me. If it was maybe UFO 20, I would have grabbed it. But
This
like I just
fucking
know it would have
guy.
I know it was
Maybe
gonna be
UFO
40 games that I
25.
didn't want to play at all.
It's
And then maybe a couple cool things that I'd mess with.
I kind of saved UFO 50 for Jazz Session because I think it's such a cool fucking thing, but it's that thing of like, oh yeah, I don't actually like NES era games
Come
very
on,
much.
Jason.
Right.
You love
That's
Barbuta.
that's if it was UFO 20 and was more like
Super UFO 50.
Super
Yeah.
Nintendo type things, because I don't even have really nostalgia for that, but like I'm way more likely to play Super Nintendo quality games than NES quality
And
games
there's a
and
couple
get like a
real
lot out of
bangers
them.
on UFO
That
50,
that's
but
that's what I've heard, but it's just like I don't want to spend the money for it to enjoy like a couple hours of four of the 50 games and probably never actually finish any of them.
I've
Yeah.
also there's still like 10 of the games I haven't played.
Yeah, I haven't played all of them. I've enjoyed a few of them, but like,
Oh, Hunter, what's your favorite?
No. What's your number two? Oh,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait, Jazz Session. Jazz Session.
I was gonna
You're right.
say I don't even remember off the top of my
Hunter,
head,
what's your
so
number
I'd
two?
need to boot it back up again.
Is
My
it-
number two is Nine Souls because I think there was like a Steam
It's
Next
fucking
Fest
Souls like.
demo a few years ago, and I remember playing that. I was like, this is neat, but then I've got it downloaded through Game Pass, but I just haven't played it.
it's cool. Looks good.
Danny, what's your number two?
Are we on number two? I thought we've done two already.
I
Nope.
assure you we're not.
Okay. Odata. Y'all were talking about it, and I really want. I've been getting into learning instruments this year. Last year, I learned how to play ukulele, and in the past year, I've picked up a bass guitar and an acoustic. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to uh trying to write some songs, and a game that kind of gives you tools to build loops sounds like uh it would just kind of like tickle my brain in exactly the right way to uh yeah, uh keep keep making music in new ways.
It's cool.
I'll have you
It's
over
really
to play
cool.
it sometime.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
Okay.
Everyone should share cassettes in there.
Yeah.
I know Dash dropped some. I think I dropped one.
I can share a few.
I want to hear songs.
I guess my number one. So my number one, like, was I debated putting this in like biggest letdown or not, and at the end I decided I could not put this in biggest letdown because I hadn't played it. Some like weird, slave to my formatting and slave to the rules just wouldn't let me do it. But it's Risk of Rain, Seekers of the Storm.
Mm,
I
yeah.
I want to play the idea of Risk of Rain, Seekers of the Storm, but I don't want to lose all my save data. I don't know where it's at. Like, I don't want to play it until it's like cooked. And
Yeah.
I I can't tell where that game's at anymore, but I'd like to, in theory, play an expansion for Risk of Rain 2.
Again, the fact that they have a roadmap to fixing a DLC is just
Yeah.
insanity to me.
Someday I will maybe play that because it sounds cool in theory. But Ryan, what is your number one?
It's UFO 50. That's a thing I should have checked out.
A lot of
But-
shit in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot of games.
shit.
Some of them are good.
I think it's really cool as like something to like talk about, like a good like conversation piece where like, if everybody was playing it at the same time and we're all kind of swapping stories and all that stuff, I think it would work better, but it feels weird and kind of overwhelming to do it as like a lonely venture,
Yeah, I wish I had people to talk about with it.
Yeah, there were a couple people in one of the discords I was in that were playing it, but they were playing it like in order and like beating the games, I think. So they were like at most, I think they gave up around game 3 or something.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, because one of the
ugh.
early games in there is just a fucking nightmare.
Well,
Yeah,
the
those-
first game is Barbuta.
Yeah, like if you're trying to beat Barbuda,
which is a
like
slog
oh yeah,
without
don't
a
do that.
guide.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll talk more about UFO 50.
It'll come up, I'm sure.
Yep.
Lily, what do you really wish you'd gotten to?
Well, so I don't know. This is maybe a little controversial. I was debating between this and Tetris Forever. I put Llama Soft, the Jeffrey Minter story. And it's not because like I booted the game up. I played a little bit of Jeff Minter, I played a little bit of Tetris Forever, but both times I was not in the headspace or the right mood to learn the history around these games before jumping in and playing them. And I feel like that is, and I could very well be wrong about this, but I feel like that's the experience that these games want you to have, where you like watch the video and read the fucking quote from the video and then look at the still from the video and read the blurb underneath, and then you go through 4 more sections of timeline, and then you get to play the shitty ass version of whatever game it is that they're talking about.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the headspace or the right mood to do that for either of them. So I like booted it up, made it through the first clip, read a couple of blurbs, skipped way forward to the first game, decided that wasn't very good because it was the very first one, and then just kind of fell off.
And
so
I think that's the thing. I think
go
you go ahead.
I could
All right,
easily play
God
them
damn it!
and
Shut the fuck up, Ryan.
could very easily play these collections with just like skipping forward to the games and playing them and not reading any of the stuff in between. But that doesn't feel like the right way to experience these, as you guys have described them, almost like a museum walk of video game history for these very specific things. And I haven't been in the place to do that, so I just haven't.
Because like honestly, getting to play the games is like secondary. I'm spending like a couple minutes in each of the. It's the other stuff that I'm there for.
Right, and I kind of like that. It reads like that's what it's supposed to be, and I just haven't been in the right place to do it that way. So I haven't. But I really, based on how you guys have talked about them leading up to this discussion today, I was thinking they were like super cool experiences that were like 100% worth looking at and like watching all the way through. But like at the same time, I still wish that I had that chance to dig my heels in and actually get it.
For what it's worth, Atari 50 and Making of Karateka both are, and both are in the pool.
I don't know.
I
what
will speak
Karateka
positively about
is.
both of those.
And I think Jeff Minter one, it is a little bit more satisfying to get through, but it does take a lot longer for the games to start getting, I don't know if playable is the word, but playable.
Good.
Like I think it's
Woof.
like 3 timelines before you get out of like the cassette based games.
Oh, okay.
But it has Tempest, which at any point you can just hop in and play Tempest.
You can just play Tempest.
Yeah.
Kicks
Great way to
ass.
spend time. Like Tempest 2000.
And
just
Color
like that.
Space or Psychedelia.
Jason, what's your number one?
My number one misconnection is an actual misconnection, a game that I really want to play, and that's Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh, it was so
It
fucking
was a
fun.
Good time.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was good.
I own it. it's still in the plastic, but Mario Party's not fun to play by yourself.
We
You
Yeah.
guys
busted out the
haven't.
other day. It
I
was great.
I haven't had a chance to get together with anybody to play it
No,
yet.
come
So
on. It's
I'll
you
play
and
it.
Juice and the child and a
Yeah.
CPU.
Yeah.
Jason, I will play Mario. Like it's good Mario Party. Like if you want to come
It
over and
is.
play,
Yeah, no, you guys played it. My other group of friends got a chance to play it like one time, and they said it was really fun. I just haven't gotten around to it. Like I'm gonna play it, obviously. I bought it, but so that's my
horseshit.
true missed connection that I actually really do want to play.
I
So I
would
love Mario Party.
also like in on any Mario Party evenings. I also missed that one, but it's not on my list.
I had a good Mario Party. It's been a while.
I
Hunter,
did it.
what's your number one?
My number one, I did technically play this for like 2 hours, but obviously it's Dragon's Dogma 2. But like,
I should get back to that.
yeah, I got it. I played it for like 2 hours, but then I got super fucking busy and I just could not get back into it. And I haven't touched it since, even though I'd been waiting for that game for like 11 years or some bullshit.
I loved what I played, but
Yeah.
I just stuff happened.
Yeah, that's why it's my number one. Because stuff
Danny,
happened and I couldn't play it.
what stuff happened that prevented you from playing this? Actually, no, that's me asking the wrong questions.
Yeah.
With what for happened is game number one?
There you go.
Uh, God, I can't continue the bit. Um, I've been yelled at for that. Uh, I much like Hunter, did actually play this game a little bit. I but I just kind of had other stuff going on, and including Animal Well. So my number one misconnection for this year is Prince of Persia. Uh, I
It's a
I
good game.
played a little bit at your house, and a little bit of the DLC, and immediately loved the platforming. And I played. I think I did actually get through the first chapter uh, when I had it at home, but then I was trying to play it at the end of the year when there was just so much going on. Yeah, I want to put some real time into that game in the near future.
It'll be good when you do.
Mhm.
Then, as is customary, Ryan, do you want to do the honors of telling the joke this year?
No, it's
Watching
Hunter's
the
got
light
it.
fade from my motherfucking eyes. Hunter, what is the most divisive game of the year for you?
It is, as always, the Division 2.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so my most divisive game is
The Division 2.
I haven't had a good way to bring this up because Danny hasn't finished it. It is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Um, it is divisive because of what they fucking do in this story. And this game, there was a point in time where I thought this game might also be my number one game of the year and number one biggest letdown. Um,
Damn.
Highs
Should I
and
take
lows.
headphones off so you can talk
no,
about
I'm not going to. I'm because like they don't actually give a shit. Um, so I just want to make it known that what they do with that story is abhorrent. It is a malpractice, and it gets rid of all of the goodwill they had leaving from that first one with what the story could do.
They didn't have any.
I was so fucking interested in this game from a narrative perspective, and they completely shit on it.
it? Oof.
Yeah. But
Looking forward to that.
it's a fun motherfucking game to play. And I can look past how bad that story was. I can just accept it, let it wash over me, and I still would really like to play a third one. Ryan, what was divisive for you?
Look, I understand that this is a really good game, but it did not grab me nearly as much as it grabbed literally everybody else. Balatro is fine.
I see how you got
Take
there.
him out. Take him out of the
Like,
group.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I beat it that one time and it was kind of like, okay, I'm done with it. And I have not thought about it since.
I wish I had that. Like, I could
Like,
be free.
there was nothing addicting about it for me. It was fine. But everyone I've told to check it out has gotten super addicted to it. So I understand this is probably a me thing.
Ryan's just a pusher.
Yeah. But that's probably it.
Lily, what do you feel conflicted about?
I don't know, man. I put down Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom
Okay,
because I
there's no
couldn't really
wrong
think of anything
answers.
else. Like
There's no
it
wrong
didn't jive with
answers.
me because I couldn't keep playing it, but Danny and Jason both really liked it, and so did a very large handful of other people online who played it. It didn't work for me in its current state.
Jason, give me some internal conflict.
Stop making Metroidvanias. Nine Souls. I don't get it. Too many people I know just thought it was so good, and I just don't get it.
It's like, what
And
if
that's
Sekiro was a
fine.
Metroidvania?
Yeah, and that's fine. It's fine that I
Yeah,
don't
what
get
if you
it. I
just
don't need to
played
get it.
Sekiro?
I can't because it's still
Yeah, you
60
don't have to do that
fucking
either.
dollars.
But yeah, I don't know. It was it seemed fine. It did nothing for me, and it people really hyped it up.
Hunter?
Um, I thought I had one, but I can't think of it. I
Metaphor it
lost
is.
it.
Division 2.
Well, yeah,
Metaphor.
obviously it's a Division 2, but I don't know. I did have one at some point, but I kind of forgot about what
I
it
don't
was.
think Metaphor is very good.
Yeah, but that you also
Whoa.
like the Final Fantasy VII remake, so your taste.
Cop. Fucking cop. Danny, let's close this out.
Yeah, my most divisive is coming at it at kind of from the other angle. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I see the flaws and I understand that some people can't deal with them, but I fucking
The
love that
wording on
game.
that's interesting. You chose those words very particularly. That's what an interesting way to word that statement.
I understand some people can't deal with, they just can't handle
How
it. They can't quite hack
intriguing.
it. But I, on the other hand, am stronger than them and was able to beat the game with flying colors and loved it from
Weak-willed
top to
people.
bottom.
Some people have
So
little bitty baby eyes who can see too many flames.
my eyes only won at 30 frames a second, so the game looks smooth to me the whole way through.
Smooth game for the smooth brain, I see.
Mm.
No, I see that
Yeah.
it chugs a bit, but
Yeah, I see it. I just
it's
don't
worth
care.
it. It's so worth it.
This is the energy I do want to end everything on. This is perfect.
Just light teasing.
Yeah.
We
And
leave
fun
this
here.
year's
Poking,
Goaty
you know.
more divided
After
than we came in.
what is it, 10 hours of recording.
Only 9.
Only 9.
I guess
We
yeah, we did
started
take a
at
break.
10.
Well, no, we started at 10. It's only been 9 hours.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, fuck.
So 9
Well-
hours with a break in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, 8.5
20-minute
hours.
break.
I'm glad we did it this year. I was
Me too.
admittedly a little worried after last year.
I was very excited leading up to this.
Yeah,
I would
you
like to
ended
not-
the last years with, I hope we do this again, and then it was like a black screen for 5 seconds or something.
I just said it. I only played like 5 new games last year or something really bad, and I didn't have.
Yeah.
No, it's
I can't.
it's I know what happened.
What were your game of, like, the two of you that did it? What were your game of the years last year? Because I
Let
can't
me
even
bring
I feel
up
like
the
this
list.
is a
good
jazz
question. Let me
session
bring this up
question.
again.
Jason's not gonna be a jazz
Oh,
session. I will answer
that's
it really
true.
quick.
Because I
My
can't
top
remember
five
what my
last
Goaty
year.
would have been in 23.
My top 5
I
last year, and
purpose-
this is from 5 up. El Paso Elsewhere, Pikmin 4, Like a Dragon Gaiden Man Who Erased His Name, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Street Fighter 6.
So yeah, I
Mine
would have
were,
had four remake would have been my Goaty, and Street Fighter 6 probably would have been in my top 5. But I legitimately can't think of anything else that would have ranked.
Spider-Man 2, Mario Wonder, Cocoon, just
Yeah, those were
Cocoon was
Alan
really
Wake
good.
2.
fine.
Oh, hey,
Like
I have a
Spider-Man
missed,
and Mario were fine.
I have a missed connection from last year. That's still a missed connection. That's neat. But
Yeah, I need to go back and look at my lists and just start playing all the misconnections. 'Cause I
My
don't think
five-
Now that's a
from
backlog.
bottom to top
Yeah.
is Pseudo Regalia, Baldur's Gate 3, Pizza Tower, World of Horror, and then Stasis Bone Totem.
I
Oh,
went
yeah,
and played
20
almost all of those.
Yeah, my
because you recommended them.
2024 or 2023, I played 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I touched 9 games, and I put legitimate
With
time
consent.
into 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 6. Yeah, I
My
put like legitimate time into 6 games that year. So making a top 5 would have been dookie.
It's fine.
Like it
my
would my top 5 would have had Resident Evil, Tears of the Kingdom, Hogwarts Legacy, Street
No,
Fighter, and
I
Diablo.
don't care what they were. You didn't want to participate. No,
Yeah.
no,
And not
you
even
didn't
in
get
that
to be on that
order.
one. You didn't get to be on that one.
my
No.
No,
I didn't
most
play. I didn't play the
anticipated
games
list.
last year.
It would have been sucked.
Yeah, I think I had
that's just
2
something Hunter and I
games
get
that
to
I
share.
touched from
That's just
last
something
year.
for Hunter and I.
My most anticipated list last year is 2/3 the same as this year. They're in the same spots too.
Silk Song, Okami
The only
3.
difference is that I wrote that Japanese style Rune Factory spin-off.
The best thing about last year's recording is I did let the Division 2 be the most divisive game that year.
It was a
But-
historic event.
But that's going to bring it to a close. We will reconvene in a year and do this again.
Yep.
Thank you for your time. Everybody go get some food or treat your headache or treat your back or whatever it is you need to do.
Yeah.